What the heck is going on?
To say this has been a wild World Cup, I think is a bit of an understatement.
The biggest understatement ever.
But kind of wild in a good way. Realistically, I think it's
kind of refreshing.
I think it's fun. But another one bites the dust.
Ooh.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bit the dust. And it was Germany.
This is awful.
I had Germany winning the World Cup.
Well, and FIFA 23 also predicted that they were going to be
second.
But
to the United States.
That did not happen.
They were going to come in second to the United States. That's not going to happen. United States could still win. I mean, that looks less and less possible. But now, practically, the United States are the big guys are the underdogs now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is wild.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what we're going to talk about. We're just going to touch on a few things on this video. We have been having so much fun during the group stage. And honestly, Sara, I don't know what we're going to do with our days. We had been watching at least 2 games a day, and sometimes more. But every minute of our day was like filled up with either watching games, doing videos.
Can they have the World Cup 2.0?
I know. The group stages are a lot of fun because there's just so much to watch. You know, never a boring moment in your day because there's so much football to be had. So the group stages have been fun. And so many unpredictable games. I mean, just when you think you know what's going to go on, the opposite. So now think the opposite, and you'll be shocked when the thing that was supposed to happen is going to happen.
True.
Yeah.
Are we living in an alternate universe?
Yes, I know.
That's the upside down.
I don't know, if anybody would do this, but I've always thought about doing this. You have your team. So Sweden plays the United States. I want United States to win a lot. However, to make it easier, bet a lot of money on Sweden to win. Therefore, you win money, or you have your favorite team win.
I was going to say, what happens if your favorite team loses?
If they win, then you lose money, but your team wins. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't condone this.
You don't? Okay, don't do that, everyone. But yeah, South Korea, Germany. I mean, going into the match, Germany didn't necessarily have to win. They ended up tying this because throughout the match, we kept hearing the commentators say Germany didn't necessarily have to win. Since they drew, they needed Morocco to tie against Colombia, and that didn't happen. Colombia lost against Morocco. Both games were going on at the same time, so it was kind of wild. At the end of the day, it was a 1-1 draw for Germany and South Korea. And going into the game, I think most people thought, okay, Germany, they had a road bump against Colombia, but they were going to win. They were going to get in, and they were going to win. But that was not to be. They go in there. South Korea scored in the 6th minute. I mean, it was one of those matches again, like, whoa, you score early. What's going on? Germany wasn't playing bad. I heard the commentator at the very end say Germany had a bad 10 minutes. And that really is what did them in. They started to second guess themselves, nervy moments. They did have an offside goal that was a beauty. I mean, this goal, if it would have not been offside.
It was beauty. She was Grace. She was Miss Germany.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that would have been a magical moment for Germany.
That was...
Obviously, it ended at that point, I believe they knew at the end of the game that the Colombia had not scored on Morocco. So they knew that they were officially eliminated. I mean, their faces were shell-shocked. They were in stunned disbelief.
Yeah, especially because Germany was eliminated in the group stage for the first time ever.
I was rooting for Germany. I kept telling Sarah, if Germany ends up being the winner, I'd be excited. I was really rooting for Germany.
I know, my Alex Popp.
There's like an Alex Popp stand now.
I know, just.
I mean, the way the vertical height she gets on her headers. I mean, it's a
thing of beauty.
It's unworldly. It's out of this world. And she did score. She scored in the 42nd minute on a header, and. I mean, she did everything. She was doing defense out there. She was doing offense. She didn't connect on some of the opportunities, and
yeah, she had quite a few opportunities to score, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, her facial expressions realistically are the best thing we've ever seen.
I love when she got really angry.
Yeah. That face. I was gonna put this for the end of the video because it's so wild, and I actually might put this as the thumbnail, but. What they did to Alex Popp at the end was just cruel.
They did her dirty.
They really did. So as we know, every match they have I think they're calling it the Visa player, the game.
Player of the match.
Player of the match. And I thought, for some reason, each team gets a player of the match. But I realize now it's just one player. So they can pick a player from either team.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unfortunately, they picked Alex Popp. Why they would pick it from the team who it was supposed to when they did it, there could have been a little more awareness in the pick to not make a player who just crashed out of the games.
Yeah, but if she played well, you know. I
saw some people saying maybe the goalie of the South Korean team should have been the player of the match, or the player who scored the goal the South Korean player who played. But I'll put the pictures on the screen, and they did Alex Popp kind of dirty. She doesn't want to be there. I keep seeing in the comments contractual obligation. And then there's a picture of her with a selfie stick, because that was like that's the other picture you have to take. I can't. I feel so bad for her.
Just the look on her face, the look of disappointment.
Sad. The look of I can't. Yeah, disappointment.
Is that a mugshot?
I know, it's over. Someone goes, I am disgusted how FIFA made her take a photo after her team didn't get past their group stages. And then I saw someone said, I don't care what they would fine me in that moment. I'm not doing that picture.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how much they would.
Yeah, I don't care how much they're fining me. I don't care what my...
Fine you. They'll put you behind bars for a few days.
You never know. I don't care what the repercussions are going to be. I'm not taking that picture. I feel so bad for her. And, I mean... Why would we want to look at this knowing how sad she is? Do you know what I mean? I think that was a very big misstep from Visa or FIFA, whoever made her take that picture, because everyone knows the context of this picture, and they make her take it. So
it's just adds insult to injury.
Yeah, maybe she could have been the player of the match, and then maybe not had the picture, or maybe they could just pick the South Korean player, because what South Korea did, even though they both tied, was actually the impressive group of people, you know what I mean? But that
Photoshop too.
Yeah, they could have photoshopped Alex on there, exactly. But I think that's going to be the thumbnail, because it was pretty ridiculous to make her do that, you know what I mean? But maybe they also think, hey, no special treatment. I know your team was supposed to go farther, but that's just the way it's going. But also, I don't think Canada feels as alone anymore. I think Canada kind of felt like the oddballs, like we were supposed to go far, but after Canada sees Canada, Brazil, and now Germany, it's almost like, I said this with the ACLs, it's kind of like misery loves company, kind of like makes you feel a little bit better. I feel horrible for Germany, but I mean, the teams like Morocco, South Africa, Jamaica, they're going through, and I think that's really cool
to see these underdogs, to see these new teams, that we've not necessarily seen gone this far in the World Cup,
right?
So I'm actually really excited. It's I was telling Sarah this earlier. This is like the most exciting World Cup ever, because you don't know what's going to happen. You literally don't know, right? Because it's unpredictable.
If you look at the brackets, you say, "Oh, England has their bracket doesn't look too bad," or I have air quotes because that bracket might be the hardest bracket now with what's happening. You know what I mean?
I know.
Okay, so we talked about Carli Lloyd yesterday in her comments, and she actually came out with another statement the day after. So we're recording this the day after she came out with her, it's not an apology, but people are like calling it the apology for the comments, which it really isn't as an apology. She just kind of gave more of an explanation of why she thinks what she thinks.
Yeah, and what she meant.
Yeah.
So she says, my comments were reflective of me wanting to see that legacy continue to be passed down from generation to generation. And with that, it comes with hard work. It comes with focus. And so my hope is that that continues, because this is what makes the U.S. so special and so deadly. And that is what ultimately has won us championships, she continued. Lloyd, a 2-time World Cup winner, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and 2-time FIFA Player of the Year, has bashed the team earlier this week, saying she wouldn't put them in the top 10 after Portugal nearly won the August 1st match in stoppage time.
Okay. So she kind of explained herself a little more, saying how deeply she cares about the U.S. women's national team and how deeply she cares about its legacy and her part in it. And, her comments were harsh because It was almost like a guttural response. Those comments, like you said, it wasn't an apology. It wasn't her saying, I'm sorry for being harsh. I guess 2% it was, but, I think the people who agreed with her are still going to agree with her. And I think the people who didn't agree with her still don't agree with her. Even though I just saw one comment today that said that they lost all respect for Carli. So they maybe had a little bit, but then after these comments, they really didn't have any. So I did see that. I don't think it swayed anyone to say, I understand what Carli means now. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't
Right.
for people who didn't agree with her. But speaking about comments, we kind of mentioned this on our show yesterday or the day before when we talked about the Carli Lloyd comments, because during our video, we talked about actually another comment that Alexi Lalas made. And we just said it very in passing because we thought it was a gross comment and it was just almost so ridiculous. But Tobin and Christen. Okay, first of all, if you haven't seen Tobin and Christen's show, it's a must watch. So the way they talk, the way they analyze things, they talk about things, it's a must watch. But the last episode, Tobin talks about this comment. The Alexi Lalas says, I guess I'm paraphrasing. He said, it looked like Crystal Dunn had never played soccer before out there. And Tobin was really angered by that comment and upset about that comment. Because
I think a lot of people were.
Yeah, for two reasons. It's a disgusting comment to say that someone like that who... Two things actually disgusting. One, everyone's focusing on the Carli Lloyd comments. What about focusing on that comment?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty disgusting comment, I think. But furthermore, I'm not writing a paper or anything, but also Christen and Tobin always do the recap of the game. And their main point talking about the Portugal game was they didn't say Vlatko's name in their assessment, but basically the coaching is not where it should be. It's not good. It's no creativity. They're not changing any tactics. They're not changing formations. Their press is always the same. Basically, the coaching, you're coaching these world-class players. And Tobin's point when she said that she hated that comment was, Alexi Lalas says Crystal looks bad or doesn't look like she knows how to play soccer, is because of the coaching. It's not because Crystal's out there and I don't know where I'm going. They're making her look bad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's one of the reasons why Tobin's so annoyed and so...
Stale coaching.
Yeah, because of the coaching, you're making these players look bad. She talked about subgroups and she talked about so many things that the coaching staff could be doing that are not doing. And that's one of the criticisms, that the players are not given the tools to succeed because so much individual talent is there, but they just look confused out there half the time. And that comes from the coaching. So when Alexi Lalas said that, I think Tobin took it like a personal attack against any player who has the talent of a Crystal Dunn, to say that.
Yeah, world-class
And then
player.
also, where's Alexi Lalas' outrage against the coaching staff? You know what I mean? I haven't heard that. Maybe I have, but not like he's wants to say other things, Mm-hmm. I'm sure he has. Now I'm saying, but Tobin was really fired up because,
it's like everyone's so quick to criticize the women, but
so
behind it is the coaching, really.
Yeah. So those were the major points we want to talk about. The group stage is over. I believe Friday there is no games. What are we going to do with our day, Sarah?
I'm just going to stare at the wall all day. I don't know.
I know. But what does everyone think? What does everyone think about Germany out? What does everyone think? Were you as outraged as Tobin was about that comment from Alexi Lalas? Group stage is over, and the first match is going to be at 12 a.m. for us on Saturday. So Saturday, it's going to be 12 a.m. It's going to be Switzerland and Spain. Who do you have?
Let's see. I've got, want to say Spain, but then I want to say Switzerland. I'll say Spain.
I'm still going to say Spain too. I believe Swiss has not dropped any, has not given up any points, any goals so far, but Spain had that kind of roadblock against Japan, but I actually think Japan's going to win the whole thing. I say Spain. And
okay,
then,
so since you say that, since everything backwards is happening,
exactly,
I've got Switzerland.
Exactly. And then what about Japan and Norway? Who do you have?
Japan.
Yeah, me too. Japan's in our bracket, but I still think Japan's going to win that You never know. What does everyone think? Questions, comments down below. We'll probably do one more video before the Sweden-United States game on Sunday at 4 a.m. That's what it is for us. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.